anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredients, believe me. They'll see with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never ran, said no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go.
Look at the rain falling off the umbrella to the left. This is definitely a wet one and not a great start. Hi guys, my name is Ryder Sigety. I'm a 3-time national GNCC champion, AmPro factory support off-road racer, and this is the Mountaineer GNCC 2023, Beckley, West Virginia. And I'm here with my dad, Mike Sigety. Dad, say hello.
Hello, Ryder's dad here.
So, obviously not the start that anyone would really be hoping for. So, it was so slick that kind of right around this area, I saw the YXC2 championship winner fall just walking. So, here's just a backwards camera of the start. As you can see, there's really not many people behind me because I started behind everyone. You see one person already fallen in the first corner because of how slick it was. But we're gonna make our way through the pack, hopefully. Maybe not all the way, but we'll get there. So right coming up in this turn, look, this kid is pretty much completely clean, and I absolutely roost him so much. And now look at him, he's so muddy, and then he had to pull a tear off too. So this is for GNCC, the first race after summer break. So I think it's a little nerve-wracking for everyone to come back from such a long summer break, not knowing how fast your competitors got, not knowing how fast you got. But for some people it might be exciting too, knowing that you might be a little bit better than you are, a little bit better than you are. So knowing that we only have a couple races left, we did the math, trying to figure out what I needed to get to wrap up this GNCC championship this year. And from what we did, we actually made like a spreadsheet. I'd need to get a 3rd and a 4th to wrap up the championship. So hopefully in what I got today, I'm in a good position. That's all I'm gonna say as of now. I'm not gonna spoil anything. But this rock section, or I don't know, it got a little bit mixed up, but there's definitely a lot of, how do I explain it? A lot of tough sections, like this rock section too. This is the hardest race on the circuit compared to the snowshoe GNCC. For kids, snowshoe is definitely not the hardest, but for adults it is. For kids, it's just one long, wide open race. So coming up at the bottom of this hill, you're gonna see my friend Colby Goodman. Maybe not. I might have lied. Yeah. So in the next clip you'll see him. But right here, I really couldn't see anything. It was so dark. Here's Colby. He lets me go, which is pretty nice. But then I go up this hill, and yeah, it wasn't even like I had dirt on my goggles or anything. It was just so dark in the woods that I really wasn't going that fast. I don't know if it was just mentally. I knew I had to get top 3 or top 4, and I just was only going for that position at this point. But I definitely wasn't riding to my full ability. But right now, I'm in 4th place, I'm in 4th place, and the person in front of me is Colton McQueer, and he's in 3rd.
So when I was watching the race, Ryder, you weren't this close to Colton a lot, but I see that now you are. So how did that happen?
Yeah, so during the race, I caught up to Colton, and I got stuck behind a lapper. I think it was this one, and Colton dropped me. And I don't know if I mentally gave up or what happened, but I went slow for a pretty long time. Not slow, but I didn't go as fast as I definitely could have. But I got around the lapper pretty fast, but once he was out of my sight, I definitely wasn't riding fast enough. And it wasn't until, the 6th lap maybe, out of an 8-lap race. It was 5th lap, 5th place caught me, and it really just made me turn the jets on. I was like, I'm not about to get passed by 5th place. I should not be here. I don't know what got into me, But from then on, I was riding so much faster. The next lap after that, I had the third fastest last lap time out of everyone. The Super Mini 1, Super Mini 2, like YXC1, YXC2, and everyone behind me too. So that was definitely cool to look back at the results and see that. But if only I could have rode that way the whole race, what could I have done? It definitely would have been a lot better. So I think it's actually the 7th and 8th lap. I got third best lap.
That is correct, because I did check that out. Good job. So here's two interesting images. After the race, Ryder took an outside shower with a really powerful shower, more powerful than our one at home, and he washed all the mud off of him. Then he decided to, after that, take a warm shower in the motorhome, and this is what our shower looked like in the motorhome for his second shower. That's how muddy he was. And here's another cool image. After Snowshoe, the Yamaha team did so well that Yamaha took out an advertisement of the class winners, and Ryder was so proud. I'm so proud of Ryder to make the advertisement. You do look a little funny in there, kid.
Yeah, it's definitely not my best photo, but it's alright.
So one interesting thing about this course was it was a clay-based course, and it got so slick that they cut a 6-mile course down to 3 miles and kind of just turned it into these kind of quad trail roads. And wasn't the greatest course, but it was probably the only thing they could do. But we never get to ride clay ever unless we go to a GNCC, because up here in the Northeast there is no clay. And guess what I'm going to say now, people? You know it. Please, please, please comment, like, subscribe. But comment really helps out a lot. Even if you say, Ryder, you look funny in that picture, or Dad, you sound funny, anything. Just comment would really help. Thank you very much.
So, my competitors, they usually get to the race on Friday, Thursday, maybe even, which means they really have to leave Wednesday night. And we've been taking school really seriously lately, or we have been always kind of. So we didn't get to leave until Friday afternoon to get to the race, and we didn't get to the race until like Saturday. This is the first time I could ride the track. And it didn't make a huge difference, one would think, but on the last lap of the race, which is a short lap because I had to cut it down because of all the rain, I made a wrong turn on a line that I thought was better, but it wasn't because I turned in at the wrong spot. And it ended up costing me like maybe 20 seconds is my guess, and that's a lot for the last lap of a race.
Now, how did that cost you 20 seconds?
Yeah, so most instances I would just turn the wrong way and then turn right back onto the track. But where I was turning was into a little bit of a valley, and there was logs and roots in it, and it was so slippery that I was just getting stuck on all of them. So it was really hard for me to get out of the ravine. But at that point, the camera had died already, which wasn't good.
So because we don't get there till late Friday or even early Saturday, we have to rush around to check out the course in between races. And we have these Garmin watches that keep a record of what condition our body is in. They call it a body battery. And if you wake up in the morning and you're perfectly healthy and recharged, you have 100%. Well, by the end of the day on Saturday, our batteries say we're at like 10% from running around so much. And after he races a GNCC, his body battery's not even at 10%. So it's definitely beating us up a little bit. So the weather was actually so bad here that we're going to show you a little screenshot of the overnight forecast there. You could see, but a funny thing is the forecast overnight didn't really turn out to be that bad. And on the way to the starting line, it wasn't that bad. The rain, though, there was enough overnight to make it slippery, and they had to change the course, but it wasn't like it is right now. And then 5 minutes before the race started, the skies opened up, and so many people were not prepared for that. They were at the starting line, no umbrellas, no hand mitts, just getting dumped on. So we were kind of prepared for that. So I was happy that that decision was the right one.
So the race was so muddy that I had 3 hours of footage, and I had to cut it down into 12 minutes, I think. Yeah, like 12, 13 minutes this video is. And that's a lot to get rid of, but I had to. And some of like really good battles and stuff, some of it was muddy, but we still got some really good footage, which was cool.
So when you say 3 hours of footage, the race is only an hour and a half, but you have an hour and a half on the front camera, an hour and a half on the back camera. So right off the bat, he's got to scan through 3 hours of footage to make these videos. And I don't think you're going to see a lot of good videos from Mountaineer because a lot of people won't take the time to clean cameras and get all, or they'll just post a lot of crappy footage. And we won't do that. We're only going to post the good stuff. So there really was a good race story going on between him and some of the other racers in there. Because at one time you were, oh, this is pretty gnarly here. Oh, this is where we did the goggle change, right? While you were moving. Like you just started screaming goggles. And like as you're moving, I was able to put the goggles on you and not even have to stop. That was pretty good goggle change.
Yeah.
Riding without goggles will obviously offer you the clearest vision, but it also risks a DNF or even worse. And I saw so many kids, including your competitors, riding without goggles the entire race. And Ryder, you have worn your Scott goggles every race, all race. So I'm very proud of you for doing that.
There's Frank Messina cheering me on. I love Frank.
We all love Frank. He's so awesome.
Yeah, so I was just saying how cool the goggle change was. But a ton of kids had to change their goggles at this race.
So coming up real soon is a kid who fell on a bridge, and another kid actually stops to help him, which was very nice of him to help him get up. I mean, he didn't look like he was hurt or in pain, and obviously the kid who stopped is not racing for a championship, but he stops right in the middle of the bridge, and Ryder has no way to get around him, and it was so slick, it was all he could do.
If you look to the sides, there's that wooden plank. And the bridge was too slippery to get over that wooden plank. I had to go around this kid's bike.
Yeah, so I was saying there's definitely a good story and a battle and time being made up a little bit later in the race, but the footage was just too muddy to use. And also we have some really high-powered batteries and some regular batteries, and we're going to purchase some more batteries to higher power batteries to make sure that no matter how long the race is and how early we turn the camera on, it lasts the whole race.
Yeah, also, it's like when I get into situations where I'm battling, sometimes I just don't have the time, I feel like, to wipe the camera. Like when I'm side by side with someone, I really don't want to be taking my hands off, but I try to do it as much as I can, but in the future I'll try to do it a little more.
Now, didn't you have a situation in one of your previous races where you took your hand off at a D6 event during the race and you went to put it back on and you kind of missed the bar and jammed your thumb?
Yeah, I went to put my hand back on the bar, and the bars were coming up as my hand was going down, and it just smashed into my thumb, and it felt like it dislocated, but I don't know. So we are kind of getting near the end of the video. We just have a little more really cool backwards footage. Let us know what you guys think of this backward footage. Most people, when they told us they like our videos, that's the first thing they mention is the backward footage. So we're trying to get as much of it as we can, and I think it's really cool too. It's like a perspective that you don't get to see a lot. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching the video. I think my dad has something to say.
Oh yeah, I don't even know if we talked about how you did. You got 3rd in class and 9th overall. So not one of your best finishes, but definitely not a bad finish, and good enough to get you where you need to be with one more race to go to hopefully lock it up. Thanks for watching, everyone. We really appreciate it. Have a good one.
See you next one. Bye.